more, the National Weather Service confirms 4 tornadoes touched down in our area last night, and we do expect that number to go up. One of the strongest, an EF3 tornado that ripped through Kouts, Indiana. You can see people sifting through the rubble of homes there, and then follow that line in the soil where winds as high as 165 miles an hour left their mark. Kouts is a small town of just over 2,000 people. It's in Porter County. It's been hit by several severe weather outbreaks. We also have confirmation that an EF3 tornado hit Streator, that's southwest of Chicago, where it demolished homes. As CBS meteorologist Rob Marciano tells us, it may look like the calm after the storm today, but there is a lot of hard work ahead.
Well, the sun is shining today. That's good news. It's finally going to be a calm day here in the Midwest after a slew of severe weather, including tornadoes. This one coming through Streator, Illinois, and doing this to this home and many others. But in this home, there was a man that was pinned right in this very spot by all sorts of debris. An innocent bystander and a police officer managed to pull off the debris and pull him out. He did break his leg, but it'll be okay. No fatalities here. Remarkable when you look at all the damage in this town. I mean, cars blown out, a slew of debris, and then each one of these homes just to the east of us, at least half of those are completely destroyed. Most of them are going to have to come down and be rebuilt. So just a sad day here in Streator. It'll take some time for them to obviously recover from this, but it's not the only spot. I mean, there were 20 states involved in this severe weather outbreak today. Later on this evening, most of that action is going to be in the east as it's fed by that heat and humidity. But here in the Midwest, they're certainly thankful to at least get one calm day, finally. Rob Marciano, CBS News, Streator, Illinois.
We are, Rob. Thank you. Also breaking, the National Weather Service confirming an EF1 tornado swept through central Livingston County, including near the community of Dwight. That's roughly 70 miles southwest of Chicago. You saw video there of a barn shifted off its foundation. Several homes were also damaged, as well as a few silos. So far, no reports of any injuries. A storm survey team is also out in northwest suburban Bartlett, confirming an EF1 tornado there. On Route 59 in Stearns, this gas station saw several of its pumps blown away. Debris from it flew into the Wendy's parking lot nearby. Employees there say they were cleaning up for the night when that storm blew through.
In the bathroom, and out of nowhere, you just hear gusts of wind, and then it goes stronger, stronger, stronger. And then out of nowhere, you just hear booms, and everything breaks. Store vibrating, and then you get out, you really see the window, the tornado from the window coming this way, and you could hear the branch fall. We were in the tornado, and it looks like it went from over there straight through over here, and it would destroyed that parking lot too.
Coming up at 4:30, our Suzanne Lemignot is live with the latest on that damage in Bartlett. Major storm cleanup also underway in northwest Indiana. Our Sharday Gray is live for us in Maryville. And Sharday, so far, no tornado confirmed there, but the damage is really something.
That's right, Marie, and everyone we spoke to says it happened in a matter of seconds. I want you to take a look out here at the destruction in Maryville. We're seeing power lines on the ground, massive trees uprooted, and some homes ripped apart.
Go lay down right here in this section right here.
With an exposed roof and barely walls standing, this is where Gerardo Regalado laid as winds tore apart his home.
This is the bedroom, the area where my daughters be safe, right here.
Regalado, his wife and 2 daughters were home at the time. Everything inside the house is damaged, but he's counting his blessings that his family is safe.
Can't make it again or get another one, but my daughter's life is more important than mine, you know. Yeah, that's hard.
CBS Skywatch gives us a bird's eye view of some other wreckage left behind in Maryville. Andrean High School is closed because of roof damage. That sound echoed in Maryville as many are starting the cleanup process.
Thank you, my good sir.
Zachary Van Drunnen's church members are helping pick up tree limbs and debris out of his yard. Van Drunnen says the wind was a lot stronger than normal.
As soon as we walked through the door, the biggest tree in my yard fell exactly where I was standing, so it could have been 2 seconds later, and we'd be having a completely different conversation right now.
He lives right next door to Harold Curtis.
It's an awakening experience.
He, his wife, and daughter were also home when the storm came through. They were headed to the basement and says he felt a strong gust of wind.
As I shut the door behind me to go downstairs, it's like you felt the wind just blow right in, and like 15 seconds it was over.
And the U.S. National Weather Service of Chicago says given the extent of the damage as well as the path of the storm, it's very likely surveying will take multiple days. Reporting in Maryville, Sade Gray, CBS News, Chicago. Marie?
Yeah, a lot to cover out there. Sade, thank you. We now want to go live to Chris Habermill. He is in CBS Skywatch over Hebron, Indiana, another town, as you can see, very hard hit. Chris?
Hi, Marie. As you can see, we've got ourselves quite a lot of damage just to the south and east of Hebron proper, and several of these farmsteads have been ravaged by that tornado that blew through here. I've been watching and looking at the ground scar and trying to kind of evaluate where it came from. So roughly southwest to northeast with a few little jogs in between. One of the biggest things that you notice on every single one of these properties is all of these vehicles that have shown up. We've got friends, we've got family, we've got neighbors, we've got strangers. Everybody is here trying to rally around those that have been affected by the storms, trying to kind of help them pick up and assess what's going on. Another thing that you notice is a lot of debris that blew away from these farms. The circulation, the funnel actually lofts it up, sometimes thousands of feet in the air, only to rain down dozens and dozens of yards, acres, and even miles downstream here. So there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of recovery that has to be done. A lot of these farm fields are saturated because of heavy rain that came along with this. And you know something, Marie, I've seen a lot of these, and one of the key factors here that I've seen, a kind of common denominator, it's always the day after. The weather is beautiful. It's almost like the sky is trying to apologize for what happened. Near Hebron, Chris Habermill, CBS News, Skywatch.
It is ironic, but at least a decent day to assess things and clean up. Thank you so much, Chris. Professional storm chaser Gabe Kouts was in Hebron, and he followed that monster tornado for several hours as it hit multiple communities.
This was the most significant tornado outbreak I have ever covered personally. To see 8 significant tornadoes back to back over the course of 4 hours, I've never experienced that before in my 10 years as a professional, 20 years of storm chasing. Still processing it, honestly. You know, with storm chasing, it's a range of emotions. There's the excitement of it, of course. You're seeing something just phenomenal that most people don't get to see. But then there's the reality of what it does. And, you know, ending the chase in Hebron last night brought that reality full scope. And so my heart sank, and I feel bad for those people. I'm so thankful that they are okay and not a scratch on them. Obviously there's a lot of cleanup to be done, and these people are going to need a lot of help. I saw 8 tornadoes, but I wasn't on every storm of the day. There were tornadoes happening in storms that I couldn't keep up with. So this was a major outbreak. This is a historic event that happened around here.
Such incredible video of these storms yesterday. Yeah. I'm here in the Sphere with meteorologist David Yeomans. Big hat tip to you, Kylie, and the rest of the First Alert Weather team working so hard yesterday to keep everybody safe. You predicted quite the night, and that it was.
Well, you heard our storm chasing partner Gabe talk about seeing 8 tornadoes. The National Weather Service is still confirming the list, and we have, as you've gone over, 4 confirmed so far. This number will be growing. Here's a look on the map. Some of those near Hebron, some near Merrillville, others not even shown on this map near Bartlett, and others down south. This is the list that Marie was just showing you. Incredible video from the 2 strongest on this preliminary rating from the Weather Service. That was the Kouts, Indiana at an EF3, and also Streator, Illinois, also an EF3. Bartlett in the suburbs, that was an EF1, a weaker but still damaging storm. And the thing about the Dwight one in our extreme southern viewing area, it was for sure stronger than an EF1, but the National Weather Service can only rate these things based off of the damage that they do, and that one actually occurred in a largely rural area, so it was very difficult for them to rate it any higher than that. This continues a concerning trend that we're seeing with man-made climate change. As the climate warms, researchers expect this in their computer modeling. The ingredients that usually form tornadoes over the plains are shifting eastward. That's what has happened, as now Illinois is leading the nation in tornado count, 133 and counting for the third year out of the last 4. We're number 1 in the nation for tornadoes 3 out of the last 4 years. And where number 2 and 3? It's not Texas, it's not Oklahoma. Those don't even rank anywhere on the map. It's actually Mississippi with 82 so far and Missouri with 62. So again, a concerning trend that likely has a lot to do with climate change.
One of the hardest hit areas includes northwest Indiana. Our Lauren Victory toured several towns there. She's in Hebron with more on what people are faced with.
The homeowners here say the door to their crawl space wouldn't open because of the pressure, so they were forced to ride out this tornado in their laundry room. Here's what they found when it was safe to come outside. Their garage collapsed, all of their vehicles wiped out. I asked what it sounded like when the tornado hit.
Freight train.
Beth Bowen was shaking a little bit during our interview. She can't believe she lives through a tornado.
We heard the roof tear off and we heard the windows blow out. And we felt the house move.
She says her home of 38 years lifted off its foundation and slammed back down. The house is totaled. So is her backyard.
My husband's truck and motorcycles and lawnmowers are buried in the pole barn. Somebody said our boat is in a tree down there somewhere.
The storm pummeled at least 4 homes on her street.
Our neighbor down here in the corner, there was a big silo that's been there forever. That's gone. It was wiped out.
This footage from Hebron is from professional storm chaser Gabe Cox, who followed severe weather for hours. Tornado number 8 of the day led to this very scary moment.
Hey, I'm coming up on damage. I need emergency personnel.
I ran up to the house screaming, didn't hear any voices at first. And when I came around the corner, I could see clear into the basement.
He says he found a family of 4, including children, huddled together.
Not a scratch on them. I do not understand how that was possible. The house was ripped off on top of them.
It seems like everyone here is still processing what happened.
It's just bad. We're just in shock, but glad we're alive.
Counting their blessings and what's left behind. In Hebron, Lauren Victory, CBS News, Chicago.
Thank you, Lauren. Now back up to Chris Habermill. He is in CBS Skywatch over the community of Ross, Indiana. Another town very hard hit. Just, it looks like pick up sticks out there, Chris. It's tough to see.
Marie, it is absolutely devastating what I'm seeing from up here in Skywatch here. House after house, block after block. Roofs are gone, walls are gone, outbuildings are gone, garages are gone, tree damage everywhere, standing water from the torrential rain that came down when the tornado came through here. This tiny community here, right situated basically between Griffith and Merrillville, has been all but obliterated on some of the blocks down here. So it is going to be a very long recovery process. Absolutely amazed that there weren't reports of injuries or worse down here, but I'll tell you, it's just devastating trying to clean this up. It's an all hands on deck situation down here right now. We've got ourselves streets, your public works department out trying to clean up the streets. You've got the utilities trying desperately to get all of the power back established here, which would go a long way in helping things out. And then you got friends, family, and neighbors over every pile down here. It used to be somebody's home. Over Indiana, Chris Habermill, CBS News, Skywatch.
Chris, thank you. Storm survey teams have confirmed an EF1 tornado hit northwest suburban Bartlett. Our Suzanne Lemignot is there for us now at a local gas station hit very hard during the storm. Suzanne.
Marie, I'm going to show you something right now. Take a look. There were 18 gas pumps right here. They all essentially were laid on their sides. The bases where they were, empty. And take a look over here. We've got 3 different gas pumps that are now on their sides. The impact of when this happened was all captured on surveillance video.
Watch as the rain starts coming down, then the wind picks up and a garbage can makes its way across a spot where a car would pull in. Then the most intense moment of the storm. One by one, 3 of the 18 gas pumps explode as they topple to the ground. More garbage cans and debris start swirling around this car that was parked out front the entire time. We're told there was a driver inside that wanted to beat the storm but stayed put when the rain started falling. This entire scene you just witnessed happened in less than a minute.
Now, this strip mall that you're taking a look at is directly across the street from the BP gas station. Debris like this was found in the parking lot over there. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. Even when people came to the gas pumps and they were taking pictures and the gas pumps were still live in the ground. The owner says he's very grateful for that. He also says his goal is to get this gas station back up and running and have new pumps in place, hopefully, within the next 2 weeks. In Bartlett, Suzanne Lemonnier, CBS News, Chicago.
Yeah, incredible. Everyone's okay. Suzanne, thank you. Back in Chicago, Mayor Brandon Johnson got a first-hand look at some of the storm damage in the far south side.
Hey, good afternoon. Good. We're out here to make sure we get a full recovery, okay? Hey, what's going on?
Crews are assessing damage in the hard-hit West Pullman neighborhood. Mayor Johnson asked neighbors for patience during this cleanup and vowed to work closely with county and state officials to help with that recovery.